So, one of the most amazing things that I think is that every year there's a new health thing that's going to change us all.
Yeah.
And every few years we find out that that was a lie. Okay? So today's truth is tomorrow's lie. All right? Did you ever notice that, this year it's vitamin C, next year it's iron, okay? Last year it was zinc, okay? This year it's this new thing that we can eat. Next year it's something new. You have to understand that we're always being marketed to, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Now, so we know that 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. We know that 3 out of 4 children have a health condition. Go figure. Okay, we know this. We know that that 40% of the children that are in high school are now obese. Wow. So now let's talk about what is a healthy diet. What do you think a healthy diet is?
Well, I've always been on the learning train, but I mean, right now, what I thought a healthy diet was.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
she hasn't been on the learning train. She's been on the addict train. So we're all on the addict train. And that's why I'm in the process of getting rid of the junk in the house, because my kids, they love treats. They're not treats. They're toxic poisons. Thank you very much. And the problem is that all adults that say, I get it for my children, they're actually buying the junk for themselves because they haven't detoxified themselves from their habits.
Yeah.
Let's make that perfectly clear. Okay? All right? Parents are druggies. Okay, so anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah. So it was vegetarian, then it was keto, and then it's paleo.
Yeah.
So get rid of the sugars, get rid of the flours, but was making my own almond flour.
It doesn't matter. Flour's flour.
Yeah.
It just floats. It's so light. So you have to understand something. No matter what flour it is it healthier? Maybe a little bit. You know what?
Yeah.
But it goes in like sugar. Flour goes into the body like sugar. I don't care what flour it is. Okay, and then gluten-free, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
No.
We don't do gluten.
I know, but we're just talking about all the different things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But understand something. It's like this. I'm a junk food junkie, but now I'm a junk food healthier junkie, because all baked goods are junk foods. There's no such thing as a nutritional protein bar. There's no such thing as a healthy cookie. Now you can tell me that it's raw and organic, and I'll tell you that's as close as you can get.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what are you were saying about your friends and people, or?
Yeah, just when you do the shift of whatever, you're just buying cookies off the shelf, to doing like a paleo or a keto thing, try to go healthier. They think you're crazy, but then you have to go one step further and say no more.
Okay, first of all, 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
And all your friends have autoimmune diseases. And because everybody has an autoimmune disease means that we're all healthy. You have to understand something, that if you went back 40 years, 50 years right now, and people were to, 50 years ago, people were to take a look at the population and what's going on, they'd say, honey, you should probably go to the hospital. Okay? So you can understand that what the diseases people have today, they were rushed to the hospital before. So you have to understand that human life is collapsing here. And that what happens is, corporations do not have a beating heart. They look at the whole population and go, okay, so did you know that every few years that the medical system actually lowers the level of what is healthy in each age level? And they've been doing that for the last 40 years. Yeah. So if you were to go back 50 years to a boy who of physical strength, physical health, okay, you would probably have to go to the hospital right now because they would think you were sick. But they look at the average of the majority of people your age, and then they go, that's what a healthy person is today. And so understand something. What runs health is industry, food industry, and the medical system. The medical system is run by the pharmaceutical system. And the pharmaceutical system own the food industry. And that's why your friends, when you're talking to them about eating healthier, they aren't talking from their spirit, their heart. They're talking from their subconscious that is addicted to all the GMOs and all the chemicals, all the dyes, all the preservatives that are in the foods. So that what's coming out of their mouth. You know that every time that you talk to someone, you're talking to their subconscious. So whatever beliefs they have. So that's why, don't you just seem that you have the same arguments with your mother, brother, sister, your mother, brother, father all the time? And you're having the same arguments all the time, or you have the same conversations with your friends all the time, and they end up in the same place. It's because everybody is a robot. So we are robotically shopping. So here's the deal. We bring no pastries into the house. We don't make them. We don't bake anymore because baking bakes your brain. What do you think?
It's hard, but you know
And
what?
yeah,
You're right.
And I am right. And guess
Yeah.
what? You still want to do the baking because you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, you'll do a whole bunch of baking, and then you and your husband, the kids will go to bed, and you go, honey, you know what? I'm kind of feeling snacky. And that's because when you get tired, the fungus and the worms in you want to be fed. When you're strong and you're awake and you feel healthy and you've got energy, you don't feel snacky. Soon as you start to get tired, which is at nighttime, honey, you know what? I'm feeling like a glass of wine. or let's make some popcorn. Or, hey, do you think there's any more of those Oreos in the cupboard? And guess what? Guess who just made you speak? The worms and the fungus in your gut and throughout your body. They stimulated your brain to go, hey, it's 9 o'clock or it's 8:30. You ever notice we all have routines? You have taught your worms what time they're going to be fed. And when you go in the cupboard and look for snacks, guess what? You just got worm called. You just got fungus called. So you're feeding the fungus.
So even like at night, if I eat a carrot, is that feeding the fungus?
No, it's high vibrational. Understand something.
Yeah.
You will eat low vibrational foods to feed low vibrational critters. Low vibrational critters want that. But now, I'm telling you right now, you've got worms. And I'm telling you, that's why you're 16 years old. You're very tall, but there's still no reason. Where's all your muscle tissue? I'm telling you right now that the fungus and the worms inside of you is so bad that they're eating all your nutrition up and you're not getting it. You're never feeling really like powerful. You're never feeling really energetic. So where's it all going?
Yeah, I guess.
You're 16 years old. You should have abundant energy. Look at me. Do I look like I'm lacking any energy here?
No.
There's not one worm in me. There's no fungus in me because I vibrate too high. The lower you vibrate, the more you welcome in all these parasitical critters. Hey, if I vibrated really low and I thought really low of myself, you'd find me in a bar drinking alcohol and toking and smoking, okay? Or you maybe find me out on the street. The lower your vibration is, the lower level of your life. So if you go low vibrational, what will you find in a manure pile? Fungus, bad bacteria, and worms, won't you? Mm-hmm. So bring your vibration down by eating low vibrational foods, and guess what? The worms weren't in the food. They weren't in the cookie. They're always inside of you. You've got all the worms, all the bacteria, bad bacteria, and all the mold and the funguses. They morph and they come alive inside of you. So the inner terrain of your body dictates who's going to live there. The only thing that lives in me is super bacteria. Okay? I do have other bugs, viruses, good viruses. I've got good bacteria. I even have little worms inside of me, but they're good worms. They eat up garbage that I create in my body. But the worms you have, they're not good worms. The bacteria, they're not good bacteria. And then your yeast is turned into mold. How does it feel to be a moldy oldie and you're only 16 years old? And it's the mold that causes you to get snacky at nighttime. As soon as you get tired, okay, or as soon as you haven't drank enough water, you get dehydrated. What do you go for? Water? No. You go for a sugar hit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. How's it going to feel when you're older and your mind, because you've got a really good mind, but your body's falling apart? You know what? That's when you feel like a prisoner on this planet. My body's not working right, but my mind wants to keep going. That's when you feel trapped. How's it going to feel when that happens to you?
Not good.
Yeah. So you better hold the loving line. What do you think of that? Give me 5. All right. Stay alive.